So hi everyone, the system is telling me that we are live and good to go. Welcome to my tonight stream. I'm hoping that everybody is feeling okay. And the first question I wanted to ask is, do you guys hear me actually? Because that is the first thing that I would like to know. If everybody's hearing me correctly. Hello. I'm really hoping that people can hear me. So I'm going to wait a little bit until I start going into my... Good evening, everyone. Hello, Andre. Okay, we hear you. Yes, we are good to go. Okay, so tonight's stream in the middle of loud and clear. Awesome. It is in the middle of the week. Yay! And I just needed an escape out of this week because, well, it's a full week with work and everything and staying at home. So I wanted to, of course, watercolor some things. And tonight we are going to work on first this one. These flowers are called periwinkle. I had to Google this because I knew the Dutch word which is Maagdenpalm, but I didn't know what's the name in English until I actually Googled it. It was periwinkle, and they usually are, I mean, I only found two colors, so they're either white or kind of purplish. And apparently there's even things that are big, like Maagden. I keep telling the Dutch word. The periwinkles that are bigger, so they're called greater periwinkle, and they're the tiny periwinkles. So, but these are apparently the greater periwinkle, and they have this very nice star shape. If you can see here, they have kind of a star interior, which I drew like an inverted star. And this is like the internal part where it's yellow and the rest are purple or white. I'm going to do them purple. And then we're gonna go to the other parts, which are the anemones. I like anemones. Anyway, the anemones. These ones we're gonna draw if we have the time, okay? Because I also don't want to bore everybody to death here. So we're gonna start, but I am limiting myself to to some colors. Why? Because I got a new watercolor palette, and this is the one. This is a gansai tambi. I again waited, I don't know, 2 months for it to arrive from Japan. It's a Japanese brand. And I have another gansai tambi, but that one has 24 colors, but not these colors. These are like an addition that you can buy separately. And I really like because it had these pinks and purples and really light blues. So that's why I bought it. Well, and because I like to spend, okay, Maagdenpalm in Dutch, hey. And these ones, but however I needed also some more dark colors, not only this lighter, so I actually mixed some colors together. And let me show you. I have this this is a ceramic palette that I have, and I'm hoping that the colors, you can see the colors very well on to the screen. But what I did is, for example, I used this lavender color in here, and then I mix it with the this one down with the indigo. So I kind of made darker colors by mixing with indigo, or if I use this pink color, I mixed it with the dark red, and this kind of gave me a darker pink. The green here, I actually mixed it also with indigo, and it actually makes it much darker. So this is how I prepared for because I know I'm going to have to darken some things later on, and I'm gonna have to add shadows. I'm gonna use my now favorite Sumi inks, which are like the blackish blue and the blackish purple. So purplish, blackish, purples. But that will be at the end when we add the shadows. So because I want to start with the flowers first, I'm going to start with a tinier brush. It's a number 1, and I have a number 4 here. I doubt I will need the numbers 8 and the bigger ones. So we're just gonna go with a number 1 because I wanna preserve the white in the middle because that's gonna be actually yellow in the end. Okay, so how is everybody? Wow, I was talking a lot and I realized I wasn't really talking to the camera, but doesn't matter. How is everybody? How's your week going? My week is going okay. Yesterday I did my first run, and of course now don't mistake me because I had my fractured ankle, and only this week I can start running again, but I wasn't allowed to run like my normal 5K, so I had to run like 200 300 meters, stop, run again, and I just did like 2 kilometers, and it's still very painful, but at least I'm happy that I'm starting again, right? So this is the highlight of my day. I was able to run like for half an hour at lunchtime. It was a really nice weather. So anyway, let's start. This one I'm going to go with this darker shade. Let me put it in the frame. So I'm gonna mix a bit. The trick with these colors is they're very creamy, but they're also quite opaque. So they're a bit different than watercolor. Okay, they are like watercolors, but they're more opaque. So this is gonna be also a test for me to see if I can layer them properly, and how it's going to go. Yeah, I'm just gonna go around everything. You can see already how opaque these ones are. So I'm just gonna have to water them down a lot because otherwise none of the accents that I added will be shown. Initially, these Japanese watercolors are being used by the Japanese artist in this technique called sumie, and they do this. They make these paintings on rice paper, and the idea is with these sumie inks is that you shouldn't mix them, which kind of goes against the purpose of what I'm doing here because I actually mix them. So I'm not using them how the Japanese intending them to be used. I'm using them kind of like watercolors, and I'm trying to pull and push them to see whether or not it works. They are definitely more opaque than normal watercolors, and they spread a bit differently. However, the nice part about it, even though they are like this, is that they're very vibrant colors. They're super vibrant colors. I think I'm not mistaken in saying that these are really the most vibrant colors I've seen. I'm just doing I'm coloring the entire flower, and I'm gonna let it dry out. Why? Because I want to add an extra layer to see if I can darken it, right? So anyway, we're testing things. Okay, I keep asking you guys how it is. I hope everything is okay. I was on Instagram today and I posted some more of my work there, and I was having a discussion with, so I'm gonna try 2 colors, right? So that we make it more interesting. Some people are DMing me, asking me if I'm, of course, if I'm selling my artwork. And the intent, yes, will be to sell it, but currently these ones that I'm doing are basically stuff in my notebook, so they're not necessarily things that I can sell, because that means I would have to sell my notebook. But I am planning to open an Etsy shop and to sell prints of all my things, and certain ones will have also the originals, certain things. So I wanted to ask you guys, what do you think? And not that what do you think about opening an Etsy shop, because I think I will still opening, but My only concern is because of the virus, let's put it this way, sending might be delayed, right? So I'm always concerned about this. So I don't know if you guys, what do you think? You think shoppers, or you would be okay to wait a little bit more for prints to be delivered? Because I also don't want to put pressure on the postal office workers and so on, because yeah, it's not the best time in the world. Everybody's a bit struggling, so yeah. Okay, and I'm trying to alternate, so I'm going to make I call it this dusty purple or dusty lavender color, and then this really nice dark pink. So remember, the way I did it is I mixed them with indigo, and apparently it mutes the colors. Indigo mutes the colors and transforms them into something really nice. So I used the lavender and the pink from the set. Okay. Oh, Johan, thank you. So you think people will wait for stuff? That would be nice. I always want to make it perfect, but I think I should just open. Okay. I should stop worrying about things and start doing stuff. I think I worry too much. I'm a worrywart. I mean, I can worry for things that haven't happened yet and probably will never happen. Like if I'm thinking I'm going to go somewhere and then I have all these things in my head, like what could go wrong if I go to that location or the other location, or oh, I have a talk with somebody and then I'm already worrying about what they're gonna say to when I'm going to say something, and the entire conversation plays up in my mind like crazy. So I worry a lot, and I'm hoping that maybe if I just go for it and I'll stop worrying. I should just start. So maybe in the next month, what I want to work on is some finished products. Because what I've done so far, I've been a lot of sketches and playing around, but I think I just need to have something really nice and finished. And maybe this is what I'm going to concentrate also in the live streams. Not so much reinventing the wheel. Okay, so I can already see these colors. So these colors are wonderful, but what happens is that they react differently with water. So you can see here that you get this blooming effect. But actually in the end, this is going to be nice because this gives a nice texture. But if you ever use this gansai tambi, you have to be careful because they're not as smooth as they're not artist grace watercolors, right? Like these are $20, 20 euros to buy. They're not that let's say that expensive to think that they're not artist grade, right? Like light fastness is not a thing. Like if I were to make an original with these colors, I wouldn't sell it because I would know that these colors, if you put them in the window of things, let's say that you decide to, or not even in the window, but I had a test with one drawing, and to be honest, after like 2 months the colors were gone. So this is kind of the disadvantage. Like the advantage is that it's the colors of the Gaussian tabby are really out there. They're really awesome, vibrant, they're creamy and all. But if you ever wanna try out and say, I'm going to sell my originals. Yeah, you have to consider that those people that will have the originals will not have them for long. And I did test them, and some people commented one time on my post saying that it must have been the paper, and I'm like, I don't think so, because I use 100% cotton paper, and I use that with my normal watercolors, my artist grade ones. And to be honest, that doesn't happen with those ones. So I'm pretty sure it's not the paper. I'm pretty sure it's just the colors. But they are beautifully and beautiful. And if you wanna just add and make something, and then you just scan it and sell it as a print, I think it will be just perfect. Okay, I'm going to go in and I'm going to do the leaves, and I'm going to pick the number 4 because the leaves are a bit bigger. I'm giving time for the flowers to actually dry out, because I'm going to really darken and add shadows and things like that. So I wanna make sure that everything happens. Okay, so I'm gonna use the green. The green on the palette is really vibrant, although it says that it's an olive green. But if you add just enough indigo, then it will be okay. Okay, so let's do this. That these colors, like I said, on the light fastness of things, they're not doing very well. However, unlike other cheap watercolors, they don't feel like, so cheap watercolors can be very chalky, and you can do very hard these wet on wet techniques. With these watercolors, if you have a good paper, and by good paper I mean 100% cotton, right, you can do very well all those wet in wet techniques and everything you want. And actually you might be surprised, because they are having interesting properties and interesting blooming effects, which are really nice. So yeah, keep this in mind if you are buying them. I just buy because they're pretty colors. Am I allowed to say that? Like, I was on the sites. Of course, now there's almost nothing to do, so I'm always I'm always doing um, browsing online. I constantly make baskets like Amazon, everything. I constantly thinking, oh, I want to buy that. And lately I've been putting in my basket all the things that are pretty colors. So if I see a watercolor color and I see, oh my god, this is pretty, this is like a nice pink or anything, like, I want to buy it. I don't know, I'm obsessed with pretty colors, and these colors were so pretty that I couldn't resist. We're gonna darken everything. Right now it's just a flat wash. And this way we can also test kind of how many layers can you do with these inks. For those who just joined, these inks are gansai tambi inks, and they are in a smaller package with just 12 colors that are more like pinks and reds. So gansai tambi, they released some new color combos. So they have like a 48 color palette, I think, and a 36 colors. Like I said, I have the 24, the previous 24, but what I realized is that people wanna buy it, but they don't wanna, because I already had the other palette. I didn't want to buy and have double. So what they released is they released a smaller palette with only the extra colors that they put that you would need to make a bigger collection like that. The good part about these ones, these pens, is majority of them you can exchange when they're over, because they sell them even separate. So that is a good thing. Usually these kind of cheap watercolors, they don't sell the pen separately, so then you would have to buy a totally new set when you need it. Okay, I am continuing to do to add the color, and I'm hoping that by the time I'm ready with the leaves, then the flowers would have dried enough. I just don't want to zap it with a heat tool. I want to play nice, basically. And then we're gonna darken it with the other colors, and I'm going to make some extra layers. It's gonna be fine. And at the end, I'm gonna darken it with the really darkish colors, just to create contrast. Because I'm not doing white flowers, right? I'm not gonna do around the flower, nothing. So let's add here. I need to be very careful and use the tip of my brush because I don't wanna go too much around the lines. Okay. Other than that, what happened this week in the Netherlands? Wow, there was a lot of things happening in the Netherlands. But I think we're just moving on. We're just continuing and moving on and just, you know, be nice to each other. Now I'm going to test the flower by putting my finger in it, and I think it's okay. So I'm going to darken some places, but you can see that I'm leaving space around it. Okay, so I'm leaving that part, those parts on the top, not necessarily in shadow. So I'm interested on the second layer how it dries out, because this dried out quite lighter than what I was expecting. Okay, and I'm going to do this one. So I left some areas that are lighter. So this technique you could call glazing. But what I'm trying to figure out is how these inks work. And what I'm noticing is that if they dried out, then you try to reactivate it, it kind of lifts the color up. So yeah, I'm not sure this is what you're expecting, but it's still, they're still beautiful, beautiful colors. So we'll be all right. Of course, I haven't yet learned how and where to place my light source, so I'm just randomly painting them and leaving some things lighter. I try to leave the lighter part towards the end, and then I'm gonna go darker, 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 and this is how I'm gonna do it. Okay. Okay, let's do the other one, the pink one. It's always a good idea to actually have your inks in advance, because if you do, then you don't have to mix them, and especially when I'm live and then I'm trying to get the same consistency, it's going to be a bit difficult. Okay, so did I tell you guys what happened with my cats today? because that is the most hilarious thing. I was laughing. I was in a meeting with a lot of, let's put it this way, it was an important meeting, lots of higher ups in there, and then I was laughing my ass off. Why? I had some mints, and the packaging from the mint I threw in the garbage, which is in the room. And my hub, which is my male cap, which I'm gonna call him Hobo Hub. Okay. I hear a movement behind my back. It was in a meeting. I muted the microphone. Luckily, I muted because I was laughing so hard. But what my cat was doing, he saw the packaging in the garbage and he was trying to get it out. So he was half in the garbage bin, half out, trying to get the thing out. He wasn't succeeding. He got in the garbage bin totally. And I was laughing. I was like, I just need to see what he does because this is so hilarious. And then he was upset because he couldn't get the thingy, the. So in the end, he toppled the garbage bin to the side. He entered completely in there, and he took only that little, like wrapper, and then he ran with it downstairs, and then he was playing with it downstairs. It was so hilarious. I was laughing. And then people were seeing me laughing, and then some of them were like, "Are you laughing at us? So what's going on?" I was like, I can't stop laughing, but then what do? Do I tell my bosses? Actually, my cat is a cat that looks into the garbage and likes to play with garbage. It's not the first time. When he was at the doctor the last time, so he had to take him to the vet because it's their annual checkup. And we took them, and he was like trying to run around and hide and stuff. The doctors couldn't find him at one moment, and they found him in the garbage bin inside the veterinarian. He was hiding in the garbage bin beneath some papers, which was very hilarious for the veterinarian because apparently not a lot of cats go into the garbage. So his nickname has stayed and will remain Hobo Happy. So I'm gonna make fun of him when he's gonna be older. His sister was just looking from above, from where she was positioned in the back, and she was just looking at him with these eyes were like, what is this guy doing now? Like, what's going on now? He was yeah, anyway, kitty cat stories. And now because he ran around the whole day, he was running around, he was trying to topple things. I kept hearing weird noises from everywhere. Now he's sleeping. He's like, oh, mommy, I'm going to sleep now because, you know, I'm tired. I did too much work, you know? So that's why you don't see him now. It's very funny. Oh, he heard me. He's here. He arrived. My cat arrived and he's like, are you talking about me, mommy? Yeah. If he's gonna come onto the desk, that's gonna be interesting, right? Anyway, how are your pets now with the whole things that happening? I am sometimes having a feeling that my pets are getting a little bit stressed because we are constantly at home, and I'm wondering if they don't want to be on their own sometimes. It's something that I'm always thinking of. Like, normally we wouldn't be home, right? But for the last year, we've been home like every day. It's not been a day where we haven't been away, like for more than just a few hours. And a few hours is not a lot for a cat, right? So I'm just wondering if we're not stressing them too much because we're constantly here. And then I'm also thinking, what will they do when we have to go back to work? Will they be upset because we're not there? Because they get used to us, you know? That might be. I'm gonna darken the leaves as well, and then we're gonna go again. Oh, Happy is coming. Happy is coming. Wait, wait, wait. He's gonna come. He's probably going to steal some stuff from my desk. Say hello. Oh, yes. Try not to lick the paints, Happy, because last time you had a red tongue because you put your face in the red. Please. Okay, at least he's testing the terrain. You know, he maybe sits next to me. It's fine. Okay. Phew. He will not yet try to eat my pens, I think. Oh, he's trying to see what my books are all about. He's up to no good. How do you say that? He's up to no good. I'm so sorry. I can't move the camera to show you. Maybe I should have a fourth camera that is following the pets or something. Oh, hi, Happy. How are you, baby? Are you okay? Did you sleep good, Happy? He's here in front of me, and he's really liking the screen. So I think. Ta-ta-ta. He's trying to figure out what my juice is. I have a bottle of juice next to me, and he's trying to see what's inside the bottle of juice. I'm hoping that it's just on top of the computer, so I'm hoping he's not doing anything funky. He's usually a cute boy. Okay, now he's on my other desk, and he's picking up my makeup because I left my makeup after doing it there. So now he's gonna start playing with it. Oh no, what have I done? Why didn't I clean my desk? Well, that is, you know, this is how you learn. Clean your desk, Claudia. Don't know what I was doing there. We're gonna darken everything up, and then we're gonna add lines and stuff, so it's okay. But for now, just the color. And I'm learning how many layers can you put before, you know, it's no longer feasible. Okay. I'm going to go in actually with the darkest color to see if I can darken things up from the same. If this doesn't work, I'm not going to use this palette. I'm going to use the other one because those are darker colors and nicer colors. So I'm using now directly the indigo to do the center. Why am I the center? In order to look 3D, you have to really make it very good. So I'm going to come here. This is the, let's see, because the good thing about it when you are mixing colors is if you are mixing colors and then you're gonna go on top of your mixed colors with one of the base colors that you mixed, then it's gonna look like it's just a darker shade of the color that you put on. And this is something that, yeah, it's interesting to have. That's why like more experienced people in watercolor, what they would do is they mix their own colors, but that's the reason why they mix their own colors, so that the whole color composition becomes cohesive, because then they can use the colors that they mixed into to make something different as just shadow color, and then things become, let's say, easier in a way. Okay, I'm gonna try to darken this. I'm not very good at darkening with these colors, but you know, we're just gonna Just gonna have some fun. I think we are a lot of times afraid of doing stuff in our notebook because especially if you're on YouTube or any other Instagram, etc., the pressure is on to always create engaging content. So, fun fact: I was watching a lot of YouTube videos about how to have better engagement, how to grow your channel, and what I noticed is that almost all the videos they seem to be copied from the same thing, because all the videos were saying the same tips, the same broken tips that don't work. And one of the most interesting tip that they had there was create everyday content, awesome content that is engaging. And I'm like, do we realize how hard it is to create engaging and awesome content every day? I mean, sometimes for an awesome piece you spend hours upon hours. So this is why I think I think we should just do things that inspire us and make us happy, but then that's about it. Okay, I'm going to try to see if we can darken it even more up, especially here. What I'm afraid of, if I try to darken things up, then the underlying layer doesn't become visible anymore, right? So this is why I think that with this particular colors, 2 layers is pretty much the max you can kind of do, because it's not transparent and then it becomes very weird. Okay. What else do we do? Should we want a color that is more jewelly? Okay, that's more jewelly. Okay, so far so good. So far so good. I don't think I'm gonna end up doing the anemones, but let's do this one. You know what's the funny part is that I see here now the green I forgot to do, but I swear I thought I did it. My mind is playing tricks on me because I thought I did that green. Don't know why I'm noticing now. Just weird. Okay. What we're gonna do is we're going to go in with the really darker colors. Okay. Let me make sure that everything is seen perfectly. Yeah. We're gonna do the really darker colors. And we're gonna do the bluish black. Let's see, for these ones, and the purplish blacks for these other ones, and then the green black for the leaves. So maybe I should start with the leaves because those were the last one. So let's say greenish black. You know how tempting it is for me to go like, yeah, but I really like these colors, so, and I don't want them to finish, so I need to order another package. This is what I'm thinking. I need to already order another package so that it arrives in time until I don't have to use it anymore. This is so weird. I'm just adding to the base because this is gonna be very concentrated, and then I'm gonna spread it around. Good. Let's see. You can see how concentrated this greenish black is. I can even transfer it to another one. I want the edges to be pretty much done. So I'm not sure if this is the good thing to do. Okay. We are all just playing around. My problem with this brush is it's a number 1 and it's kind of the only number 1 that I have. But for some reason, some people will say it's a good number 1 because it holds a lot of water. But I want a number 1 that actually, because I want to control the color. I don't want to do things that actually I don't need that much water. So I always need to dab it off because, yeah, this is, otherwise it becomes a bit, let's see. So this is the problem with, sometimes the brushes are too good and they're like, oh yeah, it holds so much water. And you're thinking, yeah, but for this particular case, I don't want it to hold much water. So maybe I prefer more cheaper version of this, right? Okay. The way I'm doing is instead of pulling the color till the end, I'm just pulling it back. This way the center will remain light. Okay, technique. Now the last one here, let's go. Always cleaning my brush, just doing something. Okay, what else did I want to say? I wanted to, yeah, really talk about maybe the plan to open the Etsy shop, because I always had a dream that I can sell my, you can see here how much water this one held. I always had a dream that I'll have my own Etsy shop where I can sell prints and shirts and things like that with my designs. So this is where I'm doing. At the moment, where I'm looking for is I'm looking for actually suppliers. And the reason why, as much as I would like to open my own shop and to sell everything from home, initially this will not be possible because my time is very limited. So ideally, I would like to have the limited time to spend on the stuff that I do, on the actual designs, and just have a fulfillment center that can, you know, print things and send them emails or the mails and, you know, do the transfer, kind of, so to say. So for certain things I found some carriers, but it now depends which countries they sell, because if you want to sell worldwide, some of them right now, the waiting times for it to be received are quite big. So we're gonna have to see. But I also want to ensure that whatever I choose is also of a quality. Of course, I know that I can't do the quality myself, like prints at home. I have a really old printer that I bought, I think 2013 or something. It's a really old one. I do have a silhouette machine, which is up there. So theoretically I could do stickers, but in order to do stickers, you need to basically print them, right, on good quality paper and with good quality ink, and I just don't have that one. So even if I could, let's say, cut the stickers myself, I would still need to print them properly. So that's that. So yeah, just trying to figure out what designs I wanna start with and what cool things I wanna do. Okay, I think the leaves are starting to pop really nice, and you get a really nice granulation here. So initially I had this idea that in my home I'm going to have an entire wall with only my art, you know, I'm going to put it in. But the fun part is that I have way too much art and way too little things. Let me see. I mean, art that I like, it's more than what I have space on my wall. So this is something that I need to fix. Okay, now we're gonna do the purplish black. Purplish black, I said I'm gonna do for this type of flowers. So let's do that. So that means that some of the originals will have to find their way into a nicer home. Okay, the periwinkle is done. I recently actually bought a backpack, which is one of my favorite backpacks now. It's from, I don't know if you guys follow on YouTube. I follow Simon and Martina. They used to live in Korea, then in Japan. They're really cool people. I really like them. And Martina opened her shop as well. And she had this cool backpack. And I felt I wanted that backpack for multiple reasons, because it was so full of color and life that I felt like in this time of and in this age, I just wanna also maybe have this. I wanna have this fun and this. I want when I put that backpack to feel like I'm just having fun. So I bought it, and I was expecting it that it's going to take forever to arrive. But actually, it didn't take that long because it was shipped actually from Europe, and that's when I got the idea with dropshipping, and that you have to find a supplier that has shops both in, let's say, Canada, America, to Europe or closer. And I did find a lot of these suppliers. Let's put it this way. What I didn't find is a supplier that can be very close by to Australia. So Australia is still very far behind. I mean, when you think about it, from the Netherlands, that can that can take you quite some hours to get to Australia. Yeah, so it might be that either I can't deliver things there, or I just have to take a different approach and ask people to wait, because it's going to take some time to be sent from Europe, right? So that's the only thing. we are not, we are okay from that respect. Okay, I really darkened the flowers. So now they're starting to pop. By the way, what I did notice is that on camera, my my colors don't necessarily look as good. Uh-oh. As good as in real life for some reason. When I make pictures during daytime, then it starts to become, it actually looks much better. So for some reason, I don't understand why the camera. I mean, what happens is when I film and I make a YouTube video, it kind of, wow, my computer's fan is really working overtime. I can color correct in the editor, so I use DaVinci Resolve and I can color correct. But on live streaming, there's nothing I can do to color correct, I think. So yeah, it's going to be what it's going to be. Nothing I can do about it. So if you want to have the nice shots and the nice flowers and all of the nice things, then you're gonna have to deal with Instagram, because that's where I'm going to post the good pictures. Nothing I can do about it is because I'm deciding to do live streaming, right? And live streaming is let's say a totally different thing than just when you're filming. It's highly dependent on the colors that you use, and it's not like I have a setup here with like studio lights or anything. So I actually have like just some very cheap IKEA lights, IKEA lamps for like 12 euros, and with just some very bright light bulbs. I think I paid more for the light bulb than for the actual lamp. So this is the lights I have. It's not it's not studio lights, so it's very much influenceable on everything that happens. So what I'm noticing now, colors, because this actually, it's not about the piece, but it's about the colors. If I'm reactivating them, I'm lifting them up. So I think this is just one of those things that these colors do. And it's good to know. It's good to know, definitely. Now I'm wondering if I actually should reactivate them or not. Okay. So what will I do with these colors? Would I use them for things like flowers and such? Probably not. What I will use them is to make some small little details and to get the textures out, so then I can scan it for later, you know? And I think that is the most important part that I could have. Okay, yellowish black. I'm trying to change the tonality of some of them, and I'm using the yellowish black. But the funny part, when you add black to yellow, it gets into green. Just FYI, what happens when you add black to yellow. Wasn't expecting it here, but okay. So theoretically on the palette I have 2 greens, not 1. So I can just do a bit of a switcheroo. I want things to have a different luminosity than otherwise mandated. Oh, what? Maybe I should not have had that one there, because I'm not sure if you were seeing anything from the side, right? Apologies for me. I should have kept it here next to me. I sometimes get so absorbed in what I'm doing that I'm forgetting that there are actually people watching this stream. Periwinkle. So you can kind of see how much I want summer to come. Because I'm really I really wanna see flowers. I mean, it's okay if I'm inside the house, to be honest. I'm okay with it as long as I have something nice to look outside. Like I have a window and when I wanna watch outside, I want it to be something nice. And usually this is like green and flowers everywhere. So I kind of missed that. What did I do here? I kind of do, oh, now you can see the effect of scrubbing it, because look, I can definitely lift the color up. I'm not even doing anything fancy. This was just some pink that got transferred there. So you can definitely see it. I'm going to add my signature little dots and things like that. Let me see if there's any more comments. No more comments. So then I can just add my signature dots to everything, and then I will add it. Actually, I need to add the yellow in the middle, so I'm going to use the yellow palette here. I have a yellow which is more like a skin yellow, but still it's very good. I need to add it here. So you might not see it again. It is because of the camera, but in real life it actually adds a little bit of a thing. Okay, now I'm just adding my signature parts. And my signature parts are just some dots. Okay. And now you guys can tell me if this is in need of anything else. This painting took me almost an hour to do. That's okay. I'm in no hurry. I just wanted to play around with the colors that I got because they're so pretty colors. So and maybe I'll add some dots onto the flowers themselves as well. Why not? The question is, are you going to see it or not? You're not really seeing it, huh? Okay. Da, da, da. I probably need to change the title of the video from Easy Anemones to just Periwinkle. Okay. I'm going to let it rest a little bit and try to see if there's anything. Okay, Ginger Kelly, hello there. Thanks for joining us. Says, love this. I trust you can see the yellow. Yes, I can see the yellow. I think on the camera you can't see the yellow. I'm so sorry. It is this yellow. Let me show you. It is a very pale yellow. It's more of a skin tone, to be honest, and it's the only yellow in this palette. But you can definitely see it. Later on in the pictures you can. Thank you for going slowly. I can understand so much better now. Yeah, I think always with watercolor you need to just take your time a little bit. There's many layers involved and there's no rush. We're doing this because we want to relax. We want to relax from our days at work that most of us maybe have, that we work day in, day night, being in Zoom meetings and so on. So I just wanted to relax and to play something. I'm really impressed by this one. So this one, this one, I think I got this one because I left that really light color there. I think I got it to be quite 3D. I'm really liking. So next time when this is just my sketchbook, right? This is not my actual finished piece or anything. But next time that I would do that is I would really emphasize those parts and really make it pop in 3D. I think that will work wonderful. Now the verdict on the gansai tambi new palettes. The verdict is it works the same as any other gansai tambi. They're just much prettier colors. I really like the lavender and the pinks. Would I use them on my originals? No, because A, they're not light fast, so whoever is gonna get my original is gonna get it for 2 months and then the colors will disappear. Secondly, you can't layer it. You can see here I tried, like, if I would have done this with schminke, I could add 10 layers of color and still be transparent. With this one, the second layer, third layer, it's already gone. You can't add more. It no longer works as it should. So I'm thinking maybe I actually want to add, I'm using my, this is a rotring pigment pen because I lost a bit of the lines that I was doing here. So I want to add them back. These are the lines for the things. Yeah, that might work better actually. They're pretty opaque and I think they work really nice if you have one of those doodle challenges, you know, when you're doodling and you just make a like make one color like a circle or something, and then you put another circle on top and then you doodle inside, so basically like a doodle style. I think these colors work very well with that. You can definitely write on top of them, that's not a problem, right? But really they are suited just for one color, one layer, max 2 layers. If you have more than 2 layers, then it's just going to become interesting. So anyway, I hope everything is okay. I managed to smear some more here, but it's okay. It's just my notebook. I don't want to hold you guys longer than the hour that I had planned because everybody has stuff to do, you know, kids to take care of maybe, and family to take care of. So I wanted to thank you for the bottom of my heart for staying with me till the end. And I really hope to see you next time. I think I will do next Sunday another live stream. And then we're gonna see what we do on the next live stream. Maybe I'm going to do some sort of finished piece or parts of some stickers that I wanted to create. So see you guys next time. Stay safe. Lots of health to you and your families, and you know, all the strength in the world. Thank you. Bye, Kelly, and thank you, Marlena, also because you also liked it a lot. Amazing, wonderful. It's really nice. And thank you, Johan, for helping me with moderation. Of course, there's no need for moderation, but it's really nice to know that there's somebody there that looks after the channel. So thank you so much. Now let's see how we can stop the stream.